Welcome to day 8 of our Sky Princess Norwegian Fjords cruise, the final sea day. In this video, we watch towel folding, have lunch at Alfredo's, cocktails at Bellini's, and curry at the buffet. We watch football on the pool deck, jazz in take 5, and a variety show in the theatre. Next day, we disembark and take the long drive home to Scotland. We got up early on the last day of our cruise and pulled back the curtains to a beautiful day. The sun was shining, so we popped out on the balcony for a look at the sea. We'd decided to have breakfast in the main dining room this morning, so we headed down and eventually got to the Soleil restaurant. We had some very nice pastries, juice and coffee to start. Then I had the Princess English breakfast, and Sue had French toast and American bacon. This was a really pleasant way to start the day. After breakfast, we went upstairs to deck 7 and headed aft through the Crown Grill bar out onto the prom deck to enjoy the glorious morning sunshine. The available prom deck area isn't massive, but today it was empty, and we took a walk to the stern of the ship to film some beautiful wake views. Back inside, we had a quick look around Alfredo's pizzeria while it was empty. We'd planned to visit here for lunch. Then we went down to deck 5 and got a seat by one of the water features in the piazza. I went to get us a coffee. I passed by Gelato, the onboard dessert counter. We'd planned to try all the premium desserts, but hadn't managed another since day 1. I ordered coffee at the International Cafe, then sat down to enjoy the towel folding demonstration by some of the crew. We didn't get towel animals in our cabin this cruise, so it was nice to see some being made. This was great fun to watch, and at the end they gave away all the folded animals, which led to some happy kids and adults. We then headed back to our cabin, as we needed to get packed. Before long, all 3 suitcases were lined up and ready to go. So we could get some more sun and see views on the balcony. You can put down a small deposit on a future cruise whilst on board and get on board spending money for your next trip with Princess. We'd really enjoyed this cruise, so we decided to take them up on this offer. After pausing for a quick selfie, we went across to Alfredo's to get some lunch, as it was pretty quiet. We got seated inside, had a look at the menu, and soon had our drinks and starters. I had antipasto, and Suze had insalata mista. We followed these with a pizza romana and a calzone. Then I had my third and best tiramisu of the cruise, and Suze had the apple torte. Alfredo surprised us both with how much we enjoyed it. Full of food and wine, we headed back to our cabin to relax in the sun for a while. We saw some rigs on the horizon, and filmed them as we went past. We were close enough to get a really good view of them. We then put our luggage tags on and our cases outside ready for collection, and we went to find an afternoon drink. First we tried the retreat pool area, hoping it would be sheltered, but it was pretty cold and windy there. So we moved on. We then tried the wake bar, but the seats in the sun were all taken, and it was cold in the shade. So we went inside and down to deck 5, and got a seat and some pre-dinner cocktails in Bellini's bar. We had a sweet Annie and a summer berry fizz. These were nice, but tasted like alcoholic fruit smoothies. So next round, Suze had a classic champagne cocktail, and I had a White Russian. We'd decided on dinner in the buffet tonight, as we'd packed most of our clothes away and just wanted to spend the evening in a comfy shirt and jeans. It turned out it was British curry night, so we both got a very tasty plate full of food and sat down to enjoy. After dinner, we were walking back across the pool deck and there was football on the big screen. We're not exactly football fanatics, but in the right place we enjoy watching a game. And lying on a comfortable lounger with a beer in the sun on a cruise ship is definitely the right place. After the game, I went up a deck for a look at the sea. It was a really still, calm evening now. However, as you can see from the steaming hot tub, it was getting pretty cold. We took refuge in Take 5 for the early evening jazz set. We ordered our last bourbon and blood and bourbon and spice pair of the cruise and sat back to enjoy. PL Trio have been brilliant all cruise, and we hope we see them again on a Princess ship in the future. After the awesome jazz, we went along to the Princess Theatre to watch the Royal Variety Show. There was a headline singer, the comedy ventriloquist again, and the showcast and cruise director performed as well. It was a good fun evening to end the cruise with. We headed back to Deck 8 and our cabin. And we took a last look outside on the balcony. Where we could see the lights of Belgium, or maybe France, as we sailed alongside the shore. Next morning, we were back in Southampton, at Ocean Terminal. We've not docked here before, so it was a different view to wake up to. We took a last look around our comfortable cabin, then headed off out. And up to the busy buffet, where we loaded up on some carbs and caffeine for the journey home. After breakfast, we went out on deck for a look around the port. As we waited for our disembarkation number to be called. This didn't take too long, and we joined the queue, then headed off the ship and through the cruise terminal. In the baggage collection area, we went to our collection point, had a route around and soon found all 3 matching suitcases. Then we walked outside to wait for our transfer back to Chilworth Manor. This took quite a while, as we'd apparently been scheduled to return to Mayfair Terminal, but had docked at Ocean, and the transfer company hadn't been informed. But soon enough, we were back at Chilworth, loaded up the car, and had a quick look at the beautiful gardens. We would have loved to stay and explore a bit, but we had a long drive ahead of us, so we got on our way instead. We were delayed for a bit when we were kept in a 50-mile-an-hour convoy by the police. But after that, we had a clear run up into Cumbria, and across the border to Scotland and home. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video and this whole cruise series. And we'll be back soon with some more adventures.